Listen, we been playing a game we ain't even know we agreed to. Not truth, not consequences, just dare. Dare to believe, dare to obey. Dare not to question what was handed down like an old coat that never fit right. But we wore it anyway, passed from grandmother to mother to child, stitched with fear, lined with because I said so, and sealed with God gon' punish you if you don't. But hold up, what if nobody ever stopped the game and asked, where is the truth? Not the version told to control behavior, not the bedtime story to keep spirits quiet, not the polished sermon that skips over the hard questions. I'm talking about truth, the kind that don't need fear to stand, because fear been the referee this whole time. Be good or burn, obey or suffer. Don't ask, just believe. That ain't truth. That's pressure. That's conditioning dressed up in holy clothes. And we followed it, not because we were weak, but because we were taught young, when the mind is soft like clay, before we even knew we had the right to shape ourselves. So we said dare to believe in a God in the sky, without ever asking, why the sky? Why outside of me? Why separate? Dare to fear hell, without ever seeing it, but feeling it every time we doubted, every time we questioned, every time we stepped outside the lines they drew for us. But consequences, nah, we never really talked about those. Not the real ones. Not the consequence of living disconnected from your own knowing. Not the consequence of silencing your spirit just to fit inside somebody else's belief. Not the consequence of fear replacing love and obedience replacing understanding. See, the real consequence is forgetting who you are, forgetting that truth don't need to be forced, forgetting that anything real can stand questioning, forgetting that your spirit was never meant to be ruled by fear. So now here we are, grown, awake, feeling something ain't adding up, because deep down, you can feel it. Truth don't sound like a threat. Truth don't say love me or burn. Truth don't skip steps. Truth is the step. And consequences, they ain't punishment from the sky. They're reflections. You move in fear. You feel fear. You move in truth. You feel free. Simple, but they made it complicated, so you wouldn't look within. Because once you do, the game changes. No more dare. Now it's truth and accountability. Now it's I choose what I believe. Now it's I question what I was taught. Now it's I don't fear God. I understand energy, consequence, and alignment. And that right there, that's when the spell breaks. So the real question ain't, why did we believe? The real question is, now that you see, what are you choosing? A writing,